And welcome back after a long break to a Wednesday Wildlands waffle. And in today's waffle, we're looking at what we set out to achieve in 2023, what we actually achieved in 2023, and what we want to achieve in this coming year in 2024. So enjoy tonight's episode.
Kick us off then, I'm going to read out our list that we made in the video last year of what our plans for 2023 were, and you can tell me if we did it or not. Number one was swales. We were going to put swales in.
Yes!
We were going to build a cabin and toilet and shower on a big platform.
However, we did start the platform with help from our friends the Alberts, but then due to the size of the platform and getting permissions from the camera, we decided we needed to make a smaller cabin and a separate bathroom, toilet and shower block, and we haven't started the latter.
We were going to create camper van parking spots and a bell tent.
We did start creating the spots, so it's kind of but it's also because we then decided to not continue with that project. So we don't have a bell tent and we don't have camper van spots for random people coming to stay with us.
We just decided that we didn't actually want the extra work that entails of having to be hosts while we're still busy building up the wildlands and so on.
Absolutely. So we might have a separate space for somebody to rent on a long-term basis at a later date. Somebody wants to be on their own, but that's another story. So we'll come back to that in another video.
Yep. We plan to do lots of growing and put up a polytunnel.
Ta-da!
I wanted to do some planting in the chicken run. I planted a few plants. The chickens ate them all, killed them all, dug them up.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and have another go at that. They did. Markets, we were going to do some markets.
We did a few markets, not as many as we had hoped for. We had some objectives of what I, myself and Missy wanted to sell, which we didn't meet, whereas Rosie did get her jewellery to the markets on a number of occasions.
Yep. Yeah, we found a couple of markets. We've decided also that we actually really quite like going to markets and not necessarily selling at them. There's that fabulous one in Relva with the fabulous pizza.
Absolutely. I'd like to sell there this year, but that's something for later.
Okie dokie. We were going to build a catio. It's still on the cards.
It is. So the poor cats have been very excited about the catio. We've told them all about it, so they're all excited. We have everything to build said catio, but due to the change in plans on the cabins, the catio is going up. It is going up soon, but we've had a lot of rain, so it's going on the back end or the side of Rosie's cabin. So that's something for 2024, which we'll come back to later as well.
It's still on the to-do list. We were going to put a fence up so that the dogs could have a free roaming area, which we did.
We did.
We were going to put a bathtub down the land with some kind of fire water heating system.
Well, we did put the bathtub down the land. I got a bathtub for Missy for her birthday. We put that in the food forest. Looks very beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
But we have not heated it.
No, it's better for cold water.
Yeah.
But it's in situ, so I think we did all right there. We can tick that one
it's
off.
very nice.
We were going to build a gate at the entrance of the land.
Well, yes, we did do that.
Yeah, we did.
We did, yeah.
We
I
got
was
a gate
just
up
thinking, yeah.
at the very end of the year.
It was in December, yeah. So, ta-da!
Well done us. That was it. That was our list
not
of
a bad
things.
year.
I think we
Quite
did
a
all
lot
right.
done,
Yeah.
yes.
I'd also like to go through some of our fabulous standout moments of 2023. They weren't plans that we had, but they were stuff that happened. We got our temporary residency for 2 years. That was the biggest moment of 2023.
What a battle that was.
It was.
Took us several years, but we have our biometric residence cards now. We are residents of Portugal.
Yeah. We created the food forest. We dug the swales. We planted hundreds of plants, trees and bushes and annuals and perennials and so on. We put the hoop house up. We did all that stuff. Your banana circle.
Absolutely.
That was a
yeah.
massive undertaking.
Banana circle is epic and got huge, didn't it? Absolutely beautiful. And we're now in the last part of Can We Grow Bananas in Portugal, which is they were wrapped, which you've seen in a video, and now we're waiting for Aprilish, maybe May, to unwrap them and see how they survive the winter. But all of that content you can see on our new YouTube channel, which I know we're going to talk about a bit later, but there is a link up there now if you want to head over there and subscribe to our gardening channel. I'll tell you more about that at the end.
And as part of the food forest, we also put in all that new irrigation.
We did, yeah, that was a
was
great result.
bad.
That made a big difference to our watering.
It really did,
Saved
yeah.
a lot of time.
We had a bunch of friends around and we lined our reservoir and filled
We
it with
did.
water from the well.
We did, yep, that was a really good result. We thought we had 97,600 litres worth of water, but we don't.
No.
Not sure exactly, but I would think probably it's at best 40,000 litres, but it's probably less than that. But either way, it's full of water. It's currently full, ready to help us out in the summer, so it's a good result.
Yeah, that was a big thing of 2023,
yeah.
wasn't it?
It
Bit more
was,
water
yeah.
storage. Our van died last year, didn't
yeah.
it? Early in the spring.
Yeah.
We're having a little problem. Van's got an oil leak. Went chugga, 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 bang. So lovely Martin has come to help us. And his little car is going to pull our big fat van to safety.
So we then spoke to other friends, John and Nicola, who very kindly towed the sub back to the land, where we thought, great, we'll get ourselves a new turbo, all will be well. However, what had actually happened is so much oil had been discharged from the engine that the engine has seized entirely. So the sub has no engine, it's not repairable.
And then we got Rita, our little Renault car, which
Yep.
has also made a huge difference to us. So it's kind of sad that the van died and we can't all bumble around in that and go travelling anymore. But having the car has meant that we can go places we couldn't go with the van before, hasn't it?
Absolutely, yep. And we didn't used to leave the van because all our pets were in it when we went out. So now the pets stay here on the land if we go out. And that means that Rosie, Missy and I can all go out together in the car. We can park the car easily and we can go off and do stuff as a family, which is great.
So it's been fabulous having Rita. I was excited because I made pickles. I've never preserved any kind of food before. So I made pickles and they were fabulous and really tasty.
And crunchy.
And I made chilli powder from homegrown, then home-dried chilies.
Yeah, that's a result.
Which feels like a big result.
So this year we're going to make lots of chilli powder, aren't we?
Yes, 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 yes. Another massive, massive thing, last year we started building Rosie's cabin.
Yeah, what a result that was. That's been a lot of work. it's kind of almost nearly finished.
It's so getting there. We started it in June, and obviously it's not quite done yet, but the structure of the building is standing. It's got a roof on, it's got walls, it's got windows, it's got doors. The next stages are getting the cladding on the outside with house wrap underneath.
Yep, getting the windows properly installed.
Yep, a little bit of like trimming and stuff to do, isn't there?
And make them all waterproof.
We need to insulate the inside, the walls and the floor, and put
Plaster
on the inside and a floor on top of the insulation, and then build a staircase.
Yep.
And then it's down to decorating. So I'm sure we'll get that finished this year.
Yep. So worth saying, we've got all the cladding now, we've got all the house wrap to waterproof it, we've got all the fittings to finish the windows that Missy just mentioned, and we have the floor and the joists to go under the floor and the insulation for the floor. So we've got a lot to be getting on with.
Yes, we have. And at the moment, we're just waiting. We could have been doing it now. We should be doing it now. I want to get going on it. I'm itching to go now that we've got the stuff. But the weather is not quite in our favour. So it's been a little bit rainy. It's due to be rainy for the next week and a half, but on and off sprinkles, which means we can't take the tarp off the outside of the cabin and start putting up house wrap and cladding because it'll all just get too wet.
But we'll wait.
Yes, we will wait. And as soon as we have sunny weather, a couple of weeks' time, we can get cracking on that. That's so exciting.
Get that done.
Yes. 2 other things from this year. We survived the heat. That doesn't sound like much, but it was a big thing. Again, going over 40 degrees for over a couple of months.
And our highest temperature, believe it or not, was 47.5 centigrade. So really, really hot, unbearably so. But luckily that was just one day. And this year actually wasn't as bad
as the previous year.
No,
it wasn't. But we survived that, and I think I'm counting that as an accomplishment.
Absolutely.
We stayed here, we got stuff done.
Yeah, and we didn't leave.
Yeah, we managed.
We thought about it.
Yeah. And the final thing that we accomplished was we started the market garden.
We did. That is very exciting.
We're expanding our growing area. Lots more beds. You're building fabulous more structures with your wibbly wobbly wood.
So we've got 3 distinctive gardens now. So we've got the new market garden, we've got the food forest, and we've got our new also winter garden. And all of the gardening stuff that I mentioned briefly earlier is going to a new YouTube channel called the Wildlands Garden. I'll put a link down below in the description and a link up the top on a card. Be very grateful if you could head over there and subscribe to the new channel.
If you're interested in gardening content, of course.
Absolutely.
It's going to be entirely gardening, separating out because we thought there's an awful lot of people that are only interested in gardening.
Yeah, so this channel will remain as our off-grid stuff, off-grid building and living off-grid and sustainability and chicken
preserving
and cabin builds and all that. Yeah. And all the gardening stuff will be on the gardening channel. So some of our biggest videos have been around food foresting, gardening. So be very grateful if you could give us a subscribe. We'll be getting lots of content up there of our 3 areas, the new market garden, the new winter garden and the food forest. It's all exciting.
It is, yep. Dom's going through and editing up all of the footage and videos that we made last year about the food forest because that's ready-made content and it's interesting and it's about the start of the garden. But then as soon as the weather improves, well, not even the weather, as soon as it's the right time of year, in about 2.5 months, we're going to start sowing seeds, and then it'll be new content about what we're growing and what we're putting in the ground.
Yeah, we've got new content already because we've made some rustic pea teepees.
Yep.
Got video of that'll be going up there soon. We've got content on the new market garden, the creation of some of the beds there, so that'll be going up.
Yep.
We built a budget arbour, that'll be going up too, so
Okay.
lots of stuff to go up.
So our plans for 2024. We did just mention all about what our plans for the cabin are. So that's the first #1 priority this year. We want to get Rosie's cabin done. We want to grow more food,
We do.
even more food than we grew last year. And to that end, obviously we've got the market garden. We're going to put in a new watering system. Making more food, I want to preserve more. I want to, as I said earlier, I've never done any preserving, but I'm keen to get going. I want to do canning of things like tomato sauces when we have heaps and heaps of tomatoes, and I want to dry courgettes because they always give you loads of those, and freezing things and saving herbs in oil, and yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yep.
Getting some stores behind us. The CTIO.
Absolutely, we mentioned that earlier. So as soon as the cladding goes up after some dry weather, then the CTIO can go up because we need to have the cladding on first. And we have everything we need to build the CTIO. That makes it a little bit more frustrating because we've had the roof for it and all the wood for quite a long time. We just haven't had the time to do it.
Yep.
So we must do it. I'm actually really excited about it. I think it's
Yeah.
going to look great on the back of the cabin. It's all matching with the cabin, with the round wood and the green roof
Little
over the
green
top of
tin
it.
roof, just like Rosie's, is going to be so cute.
Absolutely, we've got to make a little cat flap so the cats can go inside the cabin when Rosie's living in there, so it's going to be really cool for them.
Yeah. And then finally, a couple more buildings. They're on the list. We don't know whether they'll get done this year or whether we'll have time given everything else, all the growing that we want to do. We do still need to put in a toilet and a shower outside.
Okay.
We have those facilities elsewhere. We have a Tarzan shower outside and we have a loo in our van where we live, but we want to have outdoor ones, don't we?
We do indeed, and we want to actually have proper plumbing, hot water supplies, using water from the well that's filtered. We want to put a bath in now, don't we? So we want it to be a bit more comfortable so you can relax. At the moment we've got a tiny composting toilet in the van. We want to have a proper working compost toilet where we're actually composting for the garden. So it's quite a big project, quite exciting as well. I hope we get to that this year.
Yep. And the final one that probably won't get started this year, but put it on the list because we're hopeful, positive, optimistic people. We want to start building us a cabin.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, it all takes so much time. So yes, we've shown you briefly, I think, on the left-hand side of the back of Rosie's cabin, we have a space earmarked for our cabin.
Yeah.
And we've learned a lot from Rosie's cabin. I think I'm still pushing for an A-frame cabin for us. Smaller than Rosie's, but with a different design, I think.
I don't want to do anything with a peak roof like that ever
No.
again. Nothing that requires 10-foot ladders.
No. We were just a little hut.
We're going to
on the
have a
floor.
bungalow with a flat roof.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's our plans. It's a short list. Last year we did a 10-point list, and this year I think it's 6 or 7.
Oh yeah, but it's just like finish a house, start another house.
Yeah, right.
It's just
and build
small
a few other
things,
buildings
yeah.
and grow enough food for us for an
Yeah,
entire year
yeah.
and preserve it. So
Yeah, all on a budget.
that's why it's only a short list, because they're big things and they'll keep us busy. Plus all the extra editing you're going to have to do. Now you've got
Absolutely.
2 channels to run.
Yeah, I know, terrible. So yes, a big thank you to you guys for following last year and seeing how we got on with all those things, and following us in 24, seeing how we get on with the big new list, and advance thanks for heading over to our new channel, which I'm very excited about.
Yeah.
If you can't tell. So yeah, lots of extra work for me, so it's all very exciting on the wildlands.
Yeah. I think we've ticked off loads of last year's. I'm sure we're going to tick off more from this year. So thanks for watching our waffles, and we'll see you again soon.
Bye.